meeting later this afternoon, when she's available, we can do that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just go ahead and then, cause she did say she was gonna be in and out.
Go ahead, bud. Get started.
At this time, we'll have Secretary Okro ask blessing upon the great donation.
Mr. Chogal, Afrika, die het belangrijk gebouwd is, die het zich is, die het belangrijk is, kozie dat kadee, die dat Česko loze, die mag wees connecten, dus sam, Česko die relatie, en de wat je scherp is, hoe is kadee, dat mag alles, van moment is, dus die relatie, die Alguns respondem que eles colocaram que Jesus terá lá o Jesus Christ in and hope.
Hello, Secretary. So I'll just kind of go over a few things and very broad. A lot of things are kind of in its infancy stages as well as development. I kind of had to write it down for myself. What we did is we did a plan to extend the executive branch, the declaration of emergency, stay-at-home order, and as you know, Rajgrass had another positive yesterday. So when we realized that Governor Bullock and others, National Guard, they're going to continue to do more testing because Indian Health Service doesn't have the capacity, nor does it have the test kit to conduct the tests. The tests that they have on hand, the test kits that they have on hand are not enough to cover people who have been in contact and or near the virus in Rajgrass. So IHS plan is kind of more or less waiting for people to get sick to where they end up having to come to the hospital. And we're also looking at, we just now initiated a executive policy. Within that policy, we created a board, and that board has oversight of that 25 million, and that board also reports to both the HHS chair as well as the health board. So that would be two reporting entities that the board would report to. So we know that the health board reports to the legislature as well. So that would help get all the right people in the know. And we will also continue to follow the reporting practices that are required of both the FMA and the Federal 638. The budget, it prioritizes expenditures for that PPE, and those of you that don't know what PPE means is personal protective equipment. That's where we buy the face shields, gowns, gloves, masks, cleaning items like hand sanitizers, and then other equipment that's necessary, such as the test result readers, thermometers. I mean, there's a big old laundry list of items that medical staff will need. And then we're also looking at probably developing facilities, clinics, ambulance services. So those of you that know CPR, would be great if you could help in either training or be recertified. And we also have a public safety arm, kind of more or less like security. And as you know, in Lodgegrass the other day, when the positives come about, Lodgegrass kind of went a little haywire, so we wouldn't help the mayor down there in settling the crowd, settling the Indians and the non-Indians, the Crows and the non-Crows. So I believe, Speaker, you're familiar with that one. Then we also are going to help with the incident command with their readiness. And then the stimulus package to support tribal members. So we're also bringing on some staff that work for CDC. So we'll be paying their relocation costs and such, so they can come work for Crow to develop a short-term and a long-term plan where, because this virus isn't going away, and this fund that come in is not enough to cover everything. So that planning entity will definitely help, because we would know the unmet needs for the near future, only because CDC staff already know what they're running to in Washington, New York, and California. We also have the expertise on how to inform the communities, as well as getting people educated out there. Because it seems like there are still a lot of people asking questions as to why this, why that, and everything seems to be okay. So a lot of the medical advice we've been getting is the virus is going to go a little dormant, and then it's going to hit around sometime on Crow Fair or after. So that's what we need to prepare for. And everyone might seem well right now, which I'm glad. That's a lot of people are not sick or feeling sick, but its second round of influence would be when it gets cold again. So like it hit us spring, then it'll probably dormant in the hot weather, and then it'll resurface this fall. So that being said, I am strongly urged to probably postpone Native Days at Crow Fair. Crow Fair, we have an influx of a lot of outsiders that come in, and that would hurt our elders. Our elders would easily be threatened based on that influx of traffic during Crow Fair. So I believe we'll still continue with the parade dance, but the parade dance most likely will be in September. And that was the original time frame during the fall solstice to begin with. So just resetting that this year for the parade dance. That way the Crows can have a New Year ceremony. We also adopted, or not adopted, but created another cultural team, and they're supposed to reach out to other members in the district and start having district meetings over our cultural events. And then that cultural group will appoint 2 people to sit on the what we are establishing is a event team or event board that will individuals will petition to or apply to, and would authorize their, like for example, we could still do arrow tournaments if they meet a certain criteria with IHS and this board, because this board would comprise of health folks from the tribe and IHS. And in IHS, those of you familiar with who Deb Haynes was, it'll be kind of in that capacity from IHS that would help review the application. So if, say, you're having a birthday party in the public at the park, this request form would help authorize in doing so, because the purpose of not having a huge gathering will help isolate the virus, because the virus is live and it's moving around, not only in Lodge Grass but also in Crow. It's just the Crow people that come in contact have not been to the hospital yet. So it's a dire threat right now. But with back to the funds, just in summary, after June 14th, we may extend that. I believe we are going to extend the stay-at-home order. And that being said, these funds would cover everything from hopefully building clinics in the Wyola and Fort Smith area, and ambulance services in both those areas, as well as Bapua. We get ambulance services in Bapua. But before fall, we anticipate kind of like a stimulus payout to the Crow people. That would come about. The amount will come about after the CDC formulate the overall plan. So meanwhile, as funds are sitting in the bank accounts, waiting for the planners to come on board so they can demonstrate and facilitate that whole budget to encumber all the needs that that we should provide for the Crow people. We're now at a point where the pandemic itself is threatening our elders, and if we don't take heed to this, like I said, it's going to be devastating this fall, and I pray that we're not in that position. So that's it in a nutshell, and I hope I didn't miss anything, but as far as questions, we could probably get into that this afternoon. So if there are any
What
issues.
time do you want to get together this afternoon?
Let's shoot for 3, 4, somewhere in there.
Shoot for 3?
There's a lot of people that want to come.
Okay.
4 would be okay?
4 would be good.
Because we have a lot of questions, especially elders. And we know about this money too, so.
If you can give your questions to the speaker there, then maybe he can ask them for you. Take a tally.
You said if you can get up all your questions and give
Yeah,
them to us?
we can. Yeah.
All right.
About 4 then? Or what time?
4? 4?
Right now, are you is he gonna answer questions now or later?
Later at 4. But
Okay.
that's what he's asking, is you
Yeah,
guys
we
give
can bring
the
our
questions to us,
questions.
and then we'll answer
Yeah.
it at 3.
Yeah. We
Okay.
can do that.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock?
3 o'clock, okay, good. 3. That'd be nice.
3 o'clock.
4, you ain't got enough time, 4.
3 o'clock. Okay, it sounds like the consensus is 3 o'clock.
Okay. 3 o'clock for me. Thank you, gentlemen.
It'd be
Ladies.
nice if he's here too.
All right.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you. Mark.
Thank you.